everybody. It's been a little while. I hope you are doing well. It's Big Cheds. Thanks for spending a little time here with me. March 18th, 2025. It is, I believe it's Tuesday. I hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for hanging out with me here. If you're live, if you're catching it on the replay, either way, I appreciate you. My last stream was Friday. Took the Saturday one off, but we're back. This is part of the quick market update series on my YouTube, Cheds Trading. You, of course, know me from Twitter at Big Cheds. I've now published 4 books. I have to update my banner, actually. I just got the artwork from the artist. I just published my 4th book, The Trading Journal, Trading Wisdom Part 2. It's out. It's live. I'm like unbelievably excited. I'm just waiting for the first reviews to roll in. I'm waiting for the hardcover to get approved as well. You check out, and we'll talk about all this. I'll talk about a little bit more, but you can check out, read the sample. Here's the Trading Journal and what it's all about, why you need a trading journal, what goes in it, thesis, stop loss, profit-taking plan, emotional mindfulness, end result, lessons learned, emotional management, good trader habits, sample trading journals, and blank trading journal entries. It's a workbook. It's meant for you. I teach you why to use a trading journal, how to fill it out. I give you trade ideas like this, spring, up thrust, how to define when the idea fails, and then a bunch of just like sample trades. I think there's like 13 or 14 trades where I kind of go through the story of a trader as someone's like learning how to trade and emotional management and stuff. So it's just released. I'm super excited. You can check out all my other books. So because that book's coming out or is out, I'm making my 3rd book free. I've got a free version of Trading Wisdom and Cancer Memoir as well. This is the quick market update, probably 30 minutes. We'll just kind of hang out. I want to talk to you folks. Look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. Check out the market. If you want like more in-depth report, I do that at Bitcoin Live twice a week, every Wednesday, Sunday night. Best team in the world that studies crypto. Folks, give me a what up. Give me like a, let me know how you're doing here in the chat. As we're filling up the chat room, it's going to take a little while. But as you're filling in and you're hearing my voice, leave me a comment and let me know what's up. I have a couple tweets that I have already set up to go over, just to try to add some value. So, just starting out with Bitcoin, it's still, weekly picture is still pretty good. We're still holding just above the weekly MA50 and watching to see if we lose the MA50, kind of like we did back in 2021. Waiting to see if we test and if we hold the prior range high, and we're still in between the breakdown level and 72 to 74K. No real change in that. And just kind of watching here in the 4-hour. We have this rising wedge. So I have a couple tweets to go over on Bitcoin, but I'll get back to that real quick. Ethereum, nothing doing here. It's below 2150. I think if you get a bounce up into the 2150 range, you probably would want to fade that given how weak Ethereum has been. Certainly continued weakness to Bitcoin. And Solana struggling, but holding at 120. If you get any kind of a bounce here into the underside of 180, I would view that skeptically. So that's still all the same essentially. So as the chat room's filling up, folks, let me know how you're doing. Get your questions ready. Let me know what you're thinking. So let's go back to, this is from a couple days ago. This is March 14th. And I said, and I'm going to try to explain these. I tend to put out, like a lot of academic tweets, and it can sound almost professorial, but I'm really encouraging you to look up terms. I'm encouraging you to read textbooks and kind of beef up your skill. So BTC 4H, it means 4 hour. As I drink my coffee, it's above LTF pivot, means low time frame pivot. So what is a low time frame pivot? Well, low time frame is 4 hour, and a pivot is a level where it's like a bullish above or bearish below. It's a momentum level. And so we've been observing that, and we'll clean it up here and take a clean look here. So there's the 4H pivot essentially here, where, we knew we were consolidating and the price is grinding down and it's trying to bounce. And the first step it has to do is kind of break this local level. So here we're just above, we're just at, back up above the 4H pivot. So in this moment, We were right here. We're just back up above. You can see the price structure. You see the descending supply trend. It breaks a lower high. We're back up above the 4/8 pivot. It's attempting to stair step. So what you see a lot of the time in consolidating charts, you set a high, you make it, retest it, right? And you stair step along the way with a series of throwbacks. And at this point here, we are attempting to stair step. I'm saying, pay attention. We've broken a resistance. Now we're trying to hold it from above. We're testing it. We are, attempting, to hold here. We're stair stepping, and it's amidst. So we're attempting to stair step, but it is amidst or in the middle of a falling SMA 200 environment. Why is this important? Why am I telling you this? Well, falling SMA 200, the blue line, the trend in classical charting, the MA 200, simple moving average equal weighted. And so we were attempting to stair step in a downtrend, which means it's like, could be the bottom of, the bottom, but chances are against it because it's in a downtrend, because the price, there's a lot of downward pressure. So it's attempting to reverse a broader bearish momentum on this time frame, the 4-hour, okay? And then I said you can also view this as a lower to upper Bollinger Band reversion in a downtrend. So a lot of the times you get like we had here, kind of lower to upper Bollinger Bands. You get this series of consolidations in a downtrend. Lower to upper Bollinger Band. Lower to upper, lower to upper, lower to upper in a downward environment. So what that happens is when it does this, it resets oscillators and allows the price to continue with the trend, okay? So even though it's attempting to stair step, I'm giving you some caveats. Be careful because it's amidst a falling MA 200. And you can also certainly view this as a reversion, a lower to upper Bollinger Band, just a consolidation that's maybe close to finishing and likely to continue with the trend, okay? I'll get to your comments here in a second, folks. Good to see the chat room filling up. It's good to see the room filling up. So throwback fails below 84K. Basically, if it can't hold 84K, not looking good, and you should be careful of your longs. So we kind of see that played out pretty well. So that was a pretty good tweet alerting that prices at a key level is attempting to flip momentum. We briefly broke it again and gave it back with the up thrust here. So it's kind of nasty action on the 4-hour, consolidating in between ranges. I've been saying basically don't touch this in between ranges, likely to head lower, avoid this chop range. And so I was analyzing this 4-hour. I put out another tweet for Bitcoin 4-hour, painting a picture of distribution. What does it mean, distribution? Well, people are basically selling, okay? And you can see it based on the volume. So we go to the 4-hour, and you can see here all this volume in these red candles. It's not as much in the green candles. So if we had seen where this was very light red volume, but a lot of heavy green volume, that would mean that there was accumulation going on. You see, even though TradingView bugs out here a little bit, you can see the OBV dropping. So there's distribution. So I'm basically saying, like, this ain't looking good, folks. We're painting a picture of distribution. I gave you a picture of the, the OBV. Someone said, would you say this trend? I said, new YouTube tomorrow. Here it is, right? So here's a 4-hour, painting a picture of distribution. And then I put out a tweet about basically a rising wedge earlier today. Basically I said the rising wedge was getting long in the tooth. It basically means it's old and it's about to complete. Like this thing is getting ready to finish. So it's another like kind of pay attention because we're right at a key level. So I think I put this one out it's getting long in the tooth here, basically. And I think it confused a couple people. They said long. Well, long in the tooth basically means it's old. It's time to basically shit or get off the pot, so to speak. So that kind of catches up on the price action. Let's go to the chat room. We'll keep this chat. Hey, folks, we'll keep this going on. As long as you folks are here today, just a reminder, hey, my book is available, right? The Trading Journal. I cannot wait to hear the reviews. I want to hear from you folks, good, bad, and ugly. Let me know what you think. I'm really proud of this book. People literally asked me for years, can you recommend a trading journal? And I finally have one. So, check it out and let me know what you think. So what's up, Cliff? Matej, good to see you. Jason, Eli J, Legends, Ursula. So what's up, everybody? Indy, good to see you, folks. So thanks for hanging out. What's going on in the chat room? Stoked to read the books. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Matej says, I shorted LAI. I don't think I've heard of this one. So that's interesting. LAI, let's take a look. Laverne and Shirley. I've never heard of LAI. By the way, BNX is ripping, and now it's like a new symbol, so I got to adjust my watch list. But I even had a BNX tweet set up. I gave you guys a nice trade here off of the neckline break at like 120. It went to like $2. We've been watching this one because of the accumulation. In any case, LAI. So you said I shorted LAI at 0.09. Well, when you give me a what do I think, I need to know your trade idea. Not like, oh, I just shorted here. What do you think? Well, I shorted here because. Like, I want to hear, if you want me to respond, I want to hear like what your idea is, not what you did. I shorted here because. I shorted here because it was approaching the underside of lost support. And here's where my trade idea fails or whatever. Like, great. You said you shorted at 009. So that's all the way up here. I mean, of course I like that. I mean, you've done really well. So, I mean, you can buy me a beer next time because you made a nice little profit on this. Yeah, I mean, I don't like the chart. It had a bounce out of support, about a bounce kind of off of the bottom and couldn't even hold here at 005. So, yeah, not necessarily looking very good at all. Probably going to come back and test this lower level. I've never heard of it. You're in a short, so it looks like you're doing okay. So, Zenzina, what, Cheds, we consider 74K long-term support? Of course. I mean, it doesn't mean it's going to hold. I mean, what do you mean, do I consider it? It's right here. Well, not 74, really 72K. It's the top of the range. I mean, do what I consider. I mean, it's right there. It's like, is the sky blue or not? I mean, it's support. Doesn't mean it will hold. It's a resistance becomes support after you break it. Now, it can be tested. It either holds or not, but it legitimately, literally is support. Now, in your question, I think if I can read into it, what I considered as long-term means like, is it going to hold and can I count on it? It really should hold based on the strength of this trend if we get there. And the fact is, if it doesn't hold, it would be a super warning sign because it really should hold based on the time it's spent in this range and the price move out of the range, and even kind of a rough measured move, from the range above that broke down. So, yeah, of course it's support. I assume when you say would I consider it long term, like do I think it's going to hold? I think that's what you're asking me. Indy, where can I order the new book? Amazon, man. Amazon. My books are on Amazon. The link is right in my pinned tweet. Super proud of it. I love the artwork. You can check out the sample work. It's on Amazon. All my books are on Amazon. They'll ship to you, hopefully. If they don't, I don't know what to say. I'll eventually record like an audiobook, but that takes a while. I did Audible for my other books, but I'm telling you, it takes a long time. You have to clean every little bit of audio. Oh, I did my lip smack here. Oh, I had a hard pee. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So then my books are on Amazon. Andy, you haven't seen the other ones? James says, are we going down? I mean, I just went over this 4-hour progression, attempted stair step, attempted bounce out of the range, and fail. And I talk about below 84K. So yeah, I mean, that's the trend. We're heading down. Look at the 4-hour, look at the MA200. I mean, it doesn't mean we're guaranteed to go down. I can't tell you exactly where it's going to be, but the momentum and the direction's down for sure. To answer your question, James, big stats only. What's up, Cheds? Always nice to hear your thoughts. What's the BNX getting delisted? It's because they're changing their new brand. It's going to come. I was looking at it earlier. It's going to be FOUR, I guess, FOUR. It's annoying to me in terms of charting it. And I don't know if that's going to reset the history. So I don't know that it's delisted. I think it just changed its symbol. So I don't know. You know how it goes. Alibi says, I love your work, Big Cheds. Thank you. I appreciate you. What are your thoughts on this cycle being the end of the bull market and taking, I'm not here. That's a great question for a fundamental analysis podcast. There's no real value in defining the cycle for me. When it ends, it's just what's my trade? What is my next trade? And what is momentum? Momentum's heading towards 74K. Do we hold there? Can we recapture 94K? Like the cycle, the bull market, the bear market. I think we want to add these terms and label things so we can try to feel like we're in control, but I think it's of limited use and value. Um, Someone says, Cheds, is CRT useful? I don't know what CRT is. Are you referring to CMT, Charted Market Technician? Is super useful. It helped me out a lot. It really, for the longest term, and I did CMT level 1, I've heard people say stuff. I didn't know who was telling me the truth. When I went through CMT, I learned TA professionally, and I literally teach it to you for free here. It's like I learned who knows what they're talking about. So it's nice to actually, I've read textbooks and then I did CMT. So now I actually know like who knows what they're talking about. And I'm getting to the point where I'm going to stop making fun of people's TA. It doesn't help. Nobody wants to know that they're doing wrong. Unless you ask me, I'll tell you, come in my streams, I'll explain how to do it right. But CMT is super useful. Super, super useful. Weirdo Aldo, where do you think we could see a bottom on this failed starts off? 72 to 74K, man. Weird Aldo, good to see you. I don't think I've seen you before. Check out my recent streams. I mean, the price structure is very little has changed from the last like 4 or 5 YouTube streams. Do turn bullish at 90 or 95K. It says wealth by GDP. That's kind of up to you. I think you can use 90K as a reasonable psychological level, but the price structure is more so right around 95K because right when it broke down, it bounced on the exchange on the strategic reserve listing, and this is really that tight price compression and this local history. I think you really need to flip 94.5 because you could hit 90. You could very easily bounce into the 90 range and do an underside test because we do have a falling channel here. So I think you'd want to see 95K, 94.5K flip. You can use 90K. It's a solid psychological level, but the price structure for me is 94.5. I feel like a lot of you folks haven't watched my recent videos, and I make them for you. And I can tell you that like not a lot has changed. I'm coming live just to talk to you and hang out and all that, but it's not like really anything's changed in the last week. Certainly not since my last couple. I mean, I've done in-depth reports of Bitcoin Live, but like not a ton has changed. Big stats only. You've helped me a lot. Your teachings. Thank you very much. Still making mistakes. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Listen, it is okay to keep making mistakes as long as they are new ones. And that's the whole point. That's the part of the reason of a trading journal is you want to take value from your losses. You have to write down like what I did wrong, how I got into this position, why you need a journal. Like using a trading journal, you can't just keep making the same mistakes over time, right? The residue of any failed trade is a lesson yet to be learned, right? So it's okay to keep making mistakes, right? The best part about being wrong is an opportunity to learn something. So here you go. It's okay to keep making mistakes as long as they're new ones. This is a quote from the book. And you got to go ahead and you got to try to get value back. How did I get into this position? And honestly, just using a trading journal will help you because you're going to realize, oh, I'm going to have to write this down later. So you start to be more careful and more mindful with your actions. You got to use a trading journal. CRT, candle range theory, I have no idea what that is. And I literally studied TA professionally. So, I mean, it's just, I've never heard of CRT. Critical race theory, I've heard of that. I don't know what candle range theory is. It probably, if it has candles, I mean, I don't know if it's like a Western TA with classical charting or candlestick theory, but I can riff on both of those. But if you want to tell me more about it, I'll tell you, Cheds, you have only long-term spot back to just Bitcoin and Ethereum. I trade everything else. I have no trust or confidence. These are all altcoins. They're all nonsense to me. They're just vehicles for speculation. I love trading them, but the only thing I hold is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Trading journal ordered, says Indie Rock. Awesome, man. I don't know how I'm supposed to sign the copy. Yeah, if you can figure out some way to like ship books anonymously, I could probably do it, but you can't ship stuff anonymously. Let me know what you think of the book. Anybody ordering this book, just let me know. I love to see a review. My other books are very highly reviewed. Like people love my books. And I'm proud of them. I make good books. So check that out and let me know. Let me know what you think. Of course, if you order the book, please do a review. Legend says, hey, Big Cheds, what's going on? Jay says, any thoughts on current sentiment in regards to price? Nothing sticks out. It's a good question. I think sentiment now, just kind of reading the feed, is people are almost apathetic. They kind of don't care. And people are definitely disappointed about what happened with the pump and dump, with the strategic reserve and the shenanigans and all that. People are disillusioned, is my sense a little bit. You know, disillusioned a little bit, but I don't know that like sentiment's giving us a read right now in the price. I mean, you just have to hurry up and wait. We're hurry up and waiting for 72K. Okay. Big deal to lose 90K. We tried to regain the range. It didn't happen, So we're just waiting for this as it's slowly dribbling towards support, watching the weekly MA50. That's the deal. There's nothing really with sentiment that I can say, like sentiment's giving me a good read. Any point in trying to long in a whiff? Why? Says Jay, like why? Like why? Like what would be, I want to know, Jay, like what's appealing about longing this? Why would you even think about longing this? Like what is the appeal? Like one of those things where it's like, let me lay in a bed of nails. Like what is I don't understand. Like what, any point in trying to long in a whiff? Like long for what? If you want to long something, find an uptrend that just dipped. This is absolute trash. Will the book be available in Europe? It's available right now in Europe, says Wealth.GDP. It's available right now. Go to Amazon UK or Amazon whatnot. I usually tweet out, like on the pinned tweet, all the like different links for each country, and I'll do that at some point soon. It's still taking time to populate, but all my books are available in Netherlands. You can buy my books in Netherlands. I mean, it's not like in Dutch or French or anything, but you can buy them in Europe. My books are all available in Europe. I think there's only a couple places in the world you can't buy them, but it's on Amazon. I mean, there's the Amazon US link, but you can get it on Amazon. But yeah, Jay, look, why would you want a long whiff? Look at this, just trash. Like you got to train yourself to not even like the instinct. The instinct is like, what's the point? Why? This is horrible. Like it'd be more like, well, where can I link like BNB? Where can I go long in BNB or XRP or Mantra, or even TRX? Like an actual uptrend. Like any point in long, I'm just almost like, what have we done where it's like, it was once cool, so it could be cool again. No, this is terrible. This is done. This is over. This is garbage whiff. Cope, I hear you, but like, are you still holding it? If you're still holding it, you should have sold. I still think it's going to 35 cents. Like when it broke down around $1.50, I said 35 cents was the measured move, and it's almost there. What are my thoughts on SPX coin? I don't think there's really that much price history, but I know the chart's absolute garbage. I know Murad follows me or whatever, but I mean, this is trash. I was looking at it yesterday. I'm like, this is garbage. I mean, this looks like it's going to zero. Any thoughts on it? It's absolutely trash. Delete it. What is the hype? What is the point? This is nonsense. I think part of the problem with Bitcoin, there's too much of this, crypto's too much of this nonsense stuff this cycle. Like, what the hell is this? Right? This is the absolute trash. Like, people could have been riding all these nice little uptrends, making money, riding this garbage, these meme coins. This is trash. SPX, absolute trash. Sorry, Murad. Cliff says, I'm sitting in the back of the class. What's up, Cliff? Folks, how are we doing here? How is everybody doing? How you feeling? Spread some love. Thanks for hanging out here with me. I do these live streams Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. I will occasionally skip a stream, but not Bitcoin Live. I never skip Bitcoin Live. That I'm absolutely dedicated to. My new book is out. You got to check it out. The Trading Journal. Super, super proud. I think you folks will really, really enjoy it. Chainlink, good. I mean, like the technology, quote unquote, the chart. I don't think the chart's good. Chart sucks, right? Chainlink, bad. Chart, bad. Chainlink, bad. Don't like it. Avoid it. Probably going lower. Probably going to like $6, $7, $10 at minimum. Probably going like $7, $8. So Chainlink, bad, not good. To answer your question, Carl. But thanks for coming, Carl. It's good to see you, man. Checking out the chat room, folks. Give me something interesting other than just like, can you look at my random like terrible shitcoin chart, right? Like let's elevate here. Let's see. So big stats only. When we say above 95 would be bullish. What if the price gets rejected at 85 for a couple days? Wouldn't 85 become the no bull thesis? Not really, no. 85 doesn't have price structure. And it's complete. You can't compare this to this. This is consolidate, advance, consolidate. And just in between will never be equal to a well-defined range. Classical chart is a really important range. Right, all the time, all the price attempts with time interval, price distance from trough to peak. Just there's no price structure here at 85. It will never be the new 90. You can't compare this to this. No, like go to right now asking that question. Go watch my Masterclass tutorials. All levels are not created equally, and 85 would not be the new 95. No, it's a good question, but no. This is just distraction until we either get back up to the range above or we test the range below. Ched says, this person says, Savol, I'm thinking about long and MicroStrategy. Let's take a look. Take a little peek. Yeah, I mean, the daily's not bad. I'd personally want to see it back up above like $300, $315 rather, to long it here. And given the momentum on Bitcoin, I'd be skeptical longing it here. So, I mean, it is priced above a rising 200. It is an uptrend, but you've got just this descending supply trend here. Kind of makes it more likely to test 240 than break 315. So I'd want to see it above 315 to go long, honestly. Let's see here. Everybody. How is everybody doing? Weird Aldo, I'm fairly new, been lurking for a few weeks without typing. Hey, it's great to hear you. That's the way to go. If you're lurking, that's okay. Like lurk, hang out. Like I've made all this stuff for you. I have now made like 350 videos. Like I have like chock full of great free learning stuff. You got to soak it up. My YouTube channel is legit. I'm super proud of it. I mean, Twitter, I put out a ton of great content. Like YouTube is where like I teach you how to trade. I teach you professional TA. You know, of course, if you want advanced analysis, Bitcoin Live. But if you're lurking, it's great. And then come say hi. Jump in the chat room. I want to hear from you, right? I want to hear from you. So, all right. It's been this is a nice little stream today. I'll do one again on Friday. Folks, I have published now 4 books. Not 3. I published my 4th book. The Trading Journal is now available on Amazon. Kindle paperback hardcover is coming out soon. I'm just waiting for Amazon to approve it. You can check the sample, jump in there, see what it's all about, all the different sections, good trading habits, sample journals, emotional management, why you should use a journal, how to fill one out. Unbelievably proud of this book. I love publishing books. It's something that I feel like I'm really contributing to the space. I'm creating something awesome. I love creating some value. People for literally like 10 years have asked me, can you recommend a trading journal? Well, here it is, The Trading Journal. It's part of Trading Wisdom series, Trading Wisdom Part 2. Most of my books are essentially free in one form or another on YouTube. Check that out. Bitcoin Live, of course, we talked about that. And just keep coming in. Keep coming here, hanging out, and sharing your thoughts on my streams. Thank you for being here, folks. I appreciate you, folks. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Big Cheds out.